Alrighty. Let's do this dream catcher message. You already know who it is. It's Multimedia 7 here to do a dream catcher message. Hopefully this be pretty quick. Like, try and get these messages out the way before we get into the real shenanigans with the American hand. Ooh, hand? I'm hearing hand. Mm-hmm. Hmm? I'll try to remember that as I'm doing this message. It's so interesting. Before I even say anything, isn't it interesting how you like? Let's say, for example, you can ask God for something, right? Ask God to answer something, and as soon as you're not thinking about what you asked God for, it appears. So, welcome to the Pisces 2D Dreamcatcher. This message was made on Monday, May 26, 2025 at 8:44 p.m. at 50%. Something about the zodiac placement embodiment of Cancer, something having to do with emotions of a person, and something about a mother figure. Significant changes from the spiritual manifesting to the physical. You might be receiving like spiritual downloads, synchronicities, maybe something in the dream state. Value partnership. That would be in regards to seventh house placement. Something maybe about finances. Something about the embodiment or zodiac sign of Scorpio. Something about an occult group or a secret. Now, in regards to finance, it's something about taking something that's perceived as thin and making it into a whole lot. So something about the month of August is very significant. This could be last month, August, or this could be in regards to August of this upcoming year. So that's what is June now, 1st of June. So in 2 months, something you did could be from something you did with a figure. This could be an actual mother, somebody that's kind of like a mother to you. This is because overall the message says God. This could be a mother. This could be your actual mother figure. This could be a mother figure of some sort. In regards to some money, I don't know. Did your mother give you some money? Whatever this mother figure is, something you did with this mother figure, or maybe you asked the mother figure for some money or something like that, for whatever reason, and you thought like they was gonna give it to you, or like they forgot. They ain't forget. I guess when you least expect it, they're gonna give you that money, or whatever. So, channel message reads: someone lies. Oh, I said someone's lies. Channel message reads: someone lies to have sex with married people and tries to steal for money, but of the homosexual appetite, they're of the LGBT community. But this is that DL reference because I don't know if they're with it, because if they're married to someone who's homosexual of the opposite gender, but this is a lot. So let's kind of try to narrate what's going on here. I keep telling y'all I don't do these homosexual reads, but it applies to somebody somewhere, not I. Someone lies to have sex with married people. So let's start there. What could this person could be lying about? Possibly that they're married. So this could be somebody who wears the ring, takes off the ring. But this person who has sex with married people does this because he wants to, or she wants to steal their spouse from. So alright, so it's giving confusion because if someone's already married, then leave like heterosexual relationship to go be who they truly are with someone that they're lying to who's already married. Alright, so it's given one of them situations where if it's a man and that's married, he leaves his marriage to go have an affair with another man who's to another woman. Now, we're not just all talking about, men being the bad guys. If it is a woman, however, there is a married woman that leaves their marriage to go have an affair with another married woman married to a man. And this is all in the name of finances. Out of one of so now there's two marriages that are have been announced. But the question is, what marriage? I guess I don't want to say it like that, but like one of these marriages, whatever. Because excuse me, if you really, it's not marriages, one relationship. Because two couples that are married that are obviously not happy with one another, or maybe the other person don't know, and what this just makes one relationship. I'm hearing something about acid reflux. I don't know, something about that, and somebody trying to say something. I don't know. Anywho, like this is a lot. Using American Heritage Society number decoding, channel messages read: someone has sex with people to steal their money. So this is somebody more like a con artist of sort. So the next channel message reads: someone is married and hiding their sexuality from their spouse. So now the plot thickens. This particular person who was married is not heterosexual, is actually homosexual. And while there might not be anything wrong with being homosexual, but hiding it and being married to the opposite gender is quite deceiving. Not only does this person hide their sexuality from those, obviously they're hiding their sexuality from their spouse, and they're so this is my thing. So the person who was married, who's hiding their sexuality from their spouse, they I'm hearing gay for pay. This person is doing. This person is already of the LGBT community, but is hiding it. So, which really isn't LGBT community. It's really the down low community. The person is already perceived to be with another person, whether they're married or not, or in a relationship. They do this gay for pay. They're looking for suitors who are well established. I'll say that. But this person who doing this day with the married men or women is also publishing a false narrative to other married couples who admire their relationship. This is giving some weird, like, I didn't watch the whole 50 Shades of Grey thing, but this is giving some sort of storyline like that. Like I'm seeing it like this. There's an event. Majority of the people who attend the event are all married couples. The married couples go. They're showing off their spouses, looking nice, looking clean, supposedly, allegedly. Getting acquainted with the other couples, the other married couples. And while they're at this event and looking all nice and their own egos and being very prideful of their what looks good marriage, in the midst of all of that, there's googly eyes coming from one man's spouse to a spouse, or one woman's spouse to another woman's spouse. Like it's getting those situations like married couples going to events looking nice, looking good, looking like their relationships all together. And then in the midst of it all, these folks are looking at other people's spouses in the room, even though they're married. It's one thing to take a ganda. It's one thing to look and admire somebody's physique or think somebody's beautiful, even though you're in a relationship, even though you're married. You can look, people have eyes, but to actually go towards a person while married and then still want to like do sexual activity with them and just not disclosing your sexual orientation to your actual spouse is very scandalous. I'm hearing a phrase, it was all a lie. Like, even the way I'm talking, this sounds like some, not 1%, but this is sound like some Beverly Hills. This is sound. What is that TV show? Oh my gosh, was it Beverly Hills? It was that TV show with that guy and that gal, that lady. Was it Heidi or something? Like what show I'm talking about? This is like early 2000s reality TV couples. Like there's two Caucasian couples and like they made like, yeah, it's giving Vanderbilt. It's giving like one of those scenarios. Now, don't get me wrong. It might be, in urban communities stuff like that. But let's be real. I'm saying married. I'm just talking statistics, y'all. Don't mind me. So like, it's giving like parties for married couples and this and that. I mean, people in urban communities don't do that. But I'm like, let's be for real. It's giving like Caucasian. It's giving like upper class. Not to say that African Americans and might not be of the upper class. I'm just saying. So I just did an SNR message where I was talking about the song on Future Mask Off, and I was saying like there was some sort of. I was saying I couldn't read what Derek was saying in the that was a channel message and stuff, was saying in the comment section, but thanks for the comment. Um in the SNR message I'm talking about Future song Mask Off. Interpret something about something needs to be interpreted. Anyway, so in the interpretation of that song I was saying something about like this that man in the song as a channel man, like this man couldn't elevate to the next. Here we go. It was saying in the song, a Future couldn't elevate to the next step in his career, like that upper level, that upper echelon, because he needed a woman in order to fulfill a certain requirement to get into certain doors in regards to his industry. So that's why you see him, because there's something about like spiritually about that, and not only spiritually, there's a lot going on with that. You can check that message out if you would like to. It's on Patreon. Now, this is something about in regards to hiding sexually and then still be married and acting as if you just withholding information from your spouse that you like the opposite sex and the same sex at the same time. So something about the person bisexual. Anyway, so like apparently whomever, woman or man, who is in a marriage with someone but is hiding their sexuality liking the same sex, they only got married to make a certain amount of money in a specific field, or they felt as though that's what they had to do. So it's about public perception and appearances. There's a channel's message saying something's cooking up. This could have been something about this could have been unfolded, revealed within some sort of like dinner party. I'm hearing. Now, it's interesting. While I was doing the channel, watching this Netflix movie called Forever, and in the movie, well, it was a TV series actually. In the TV series, basically, to paraphrase, it's about a woman and a guy who basically, I don't know how, but they basically knew each other when they was children, reconnected before, you know, they went to college, and all the things that led up to them actually being in a relationship, to break up, and the unknown of if they was ever going to get back together. Why this is so prevalent is interesting, because in the previous channel not channel message, SNR, I was talking about the Cardi B song Forever. And if I'm not mistaken, it was matched up with that Mask Off by Future reference. In that song I was channeling, it was about a woman, third party energy. There was a woman who was talking some nonsense about another woman, whether she knew her or not, to a particular person who actually was friends, was cool with the woman that she was talking about, and while she jokes about that woman, the person who actually was cool with her was laughing at them. So something like, I'm hearing who gets the last laugh, the one the last laugh lasts the hardest, or something like that. So that woman that was cool with them, like, yeah, let me tell you what this person said about you, and basically was narrating like the woman who was not her friend was saying something like she wanted her to go back to the strip club, like demeaning her. And this channel message that happening for a few messages that kept coming up previously was pimps up, hoes down. Something about women who, enable pimp-like activity, behavior from men who the men actually belittle women, so they join them to belittle women. Um, so ironic that a woman would enable a misogynistic man and then put down the women or victims of said situation. But in the song for by Cardi B, she was talking about like if somebody got a problem with her that like is up like that ever like I'm not gonna forget what she said. So something about holding a grudge. In the movie that I was watching on Netflix, right? Um, it's something about rejection. House rejection. And I was talking about you can watch the video from under double standards to get more of a gist of what I'm talking about, but how men and women both differently handle rejection. I was saying in a previous message how, women, you know, they're more prone to I don't want to say like that, like risk when it comes to the love department because they'll fill a guy out, they try to know like what's it like, this and third, don't work out, next person, this and third. I'm hearing next caller, but with men, you kind of get this kind of situation with them where men are not taught to be in their attributes. So when they do start caring for, it's not everybody, but when they do start for a person, or they start feeling that emotional love and stuff like that, when things don't go their way, in certain aspects, they don't know how to handle it. So there could be something. So there's a lot going on because you two couples, one relationship. The two couples, they're married. The one relationship that is one party from each that is having an affair together. Then you got a third party person who could know this information about the affair or is hating on somebody's marriage. You know what? It could actually be that the way that it started because one of the people that was married, who knows what's going on in their relationship. One of the people that was married, seen how one of their colleagues was treating their spouse, whole time that person who was watching, observing the situation, how this person, male or female, was being treated badly, they are high sexuality, so they decide to link up with this person and start or continue this affair. But it could be a plot twist because this person's spouse that they like could know, or either that other person's spouse could know that the affair is going on. So there's somebody in the situation who is not being honest with their spouse about their sexual orientation, while another couple that possibly married does know their spouse's sexual orientation. So two people could have left their marriage to have an affair. Out of both their marriages, one marriage don't know somebody is like bisexual, and the other person marriage, the other person knows, so they're fine with them having this sexual intercourse, probably even know. So something about the odd man left out. Dang. So it's like people having an affair, people beefing, people alright with it. Like what is going on? Then this person get caught. It's all a lie. Now somebody don't want to own up to it. Now somebody like you're lying. You're lying. I like that the same set. Like what? What is going on? One moment. Oh yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. Interesting energy. Channel message reads, the person is bisexual. So alright, that in the channel message notes. And that's what we have confirmed, that whoever is in this affair, whatever like that, is bisexual. This person has threesome. Now this is where it gets interesting. Remember when I said it's a possibility, allegedly, that one of the parties two marriages, one couple have an affair from both the marriages. One marriage knows somebody's sexual orientation, another marriage don't know the other person's sexual orientation in regards to their spouse. So the marriage that actually knows each other's sexual orientation, having an affair with the other person from the other marriage. I don't know if some blackmail happened or whatever, but now like this person whose spouse don't know that they bisexual, they thought they was having an affair with the same sex. Now the other person who knows the same sex spouse is having an affair with this particular person who could be, now they like so I went in. What? So now somebody thought they was having a same sex affair. Now it's not a same sex affair. They end up having an affair with the whole couple, the whole married couple. Like what? So something about having a strict prostitution regimen because of an NDA. See, it might not have to be an NDA where they wrote some down. It could be. You never know. But what is going on is this person who left their marriage, not telling their spouse their sexual orientation to begin with, who went out to go have this affair with somebody who married, is now being blackmailed to not only having an affair with just the same sex lover, but their spouse as well. So this person, male or female, is having an affair, married couple. I'm talking about both spouses. And both spouses know their colleagues don't know about this person's sexual orientation, so they blackmail them to continue having sex with the both of them. And someone in this mix, the two same sex lovers and the other spouse, in regards to that marriage, someone got beef with one of these people, one out of the three, either the person who is not married to them having an affair or within their own union. And there's something about a marriage agreement to both gain money. The person who found himself in an affair could have just married off for money and could have wanted love, so they had this same-sex affair because they was hiding to begin with, because they only married the person for money to begin with, and still has to have sex with the opposite gender because of blackmail. I don't know who this, y'all like interesting. Oh nah, I'm good. Something about this person having a particular fetish. So the fetish could be that, like, this married couple that's blackmailing this person, right? Like, one of the spouses of that married couple, they could have a fetish with something. Like how certain people, they go up. How, like, all right, when it comes to threesomes, right? I wouldn't know, right? When it comes to threesomes, somebody having like these fetishes, they like to do role play in regards to sexual activity. So this particular person, one of the spouses, if not both, in cahoots, they could be on some type of time like, you pick the person, no, you pick the person, and like they play this game. I don't know what's going on. It just happened, and boom, they spouse will walk into the room like you already know what time it is. What? Excuse me, one moment. So like, somebody could have went to a situation like, all right, I'm about to just have this affair with the same sex person. That's it. That's all. I know about this whole time. This person that they trying to have that affair with, started having an affair with, was plotting on them the whole time with their spouse. Then drizzled on a little bit of blackmail. Something about karma, very significant. Saturn placements, very significant. So someone is gaining justice in a situation, however that might be. When I was doing this channel message, I heard like oil cooking up in the pan. It depends what you cook. The first thing I would think, some chicken, so maybe something about some money or something like that. Like I was saying, something about a mother figure. What were you talking about in the beginning of it? Something about a mother figure. Somebody actually for some money. And they gonna give it to them. Wait a little bit, but they ain't know they gonna get that money. What that is for, I don't know. Now, I had this dream, right? And then we get into the dream catcher. I had this dream. An abandoned loft, building room. I see all the windows, and it looked like it was like a upper level. There was only one mattress on the floor. And on the mattress, it was like somewhere in the corner of a room or something like that, in the most darkest area for whatever reason. So I don't know, somebody, just dark thoughts about somebody, sexual thoughts that's hidden. I don't know. So on the mattress, there was a man and a woman in the bed, doing the dip. So that could be one of the married couples, right? This woman, a woman, came into the room. She had a astronaut helmet on. Removed the astronaut helmet and jumped into bed with them. Now, I know what the astronaut helmet is symbolic of. All I'm gonna say is it's a woman that is on that YouTube porn. So this woman took off her helmet, her astronaut helmet, and then she jumped into the bed with them. Like, I don't exactly know. So you know how, I'm not trying to be funny. You know how they be saying like it be people on YouTube, they get all these views and all stuff like that, and then all of a sudden they just disappear. There could be somebody that was like a real big YouTube creator previously, and you haven't heard from them. That's because they are being blackmailed in a affair with a married couple, and they're making money off of it. So they ain't need YouTube no more apparently. Whoever they was sleeping with, this married couple, they got money. Y'all be wondering where all these people. Nah, this not the case for every YouTuber that disappeared after getting a whole bunch of views and stuff like that. But it's someone. Hey, Kanye and Tiffany, how you doing? Comment section lead. Now, they saying, all right, the person that all right, channel, the person who was leaping into bed, astronaut helmet also has to do with something with space. There's somebody who like, oh my gosh, if you're a tarot reader, some sort of psychic or something on the YouTube platform, you ain't seen him in a little while. This is what they doing. Now, the couple they doing this with is a white couple, Caucasian. Because I put that in parentheses and it's next to it. I didn't put it on the channel message. This is wild. Using American Heritage Society number to colon, there's something about. I be writing these channel messages and I come back to it and so I be just as amazed as y'all sometimes. So something about a reader or readers. So this is definitely about someone who do tarot, intuitive messages, whatever on this YouTube platform. This is what they doing. You ain't seen them in a minute. Affair being blackmailed by a white married couple. I'm telling you. Something about try to read about a couple's romantic and sex life. Sees them living within upper echelon living arrangements, standing on business or pledge. It's a parallel. It's a parallel. You ain't seen them in a while because they ain't standing on business. They doing the do with a married couple, like a Caucasian married couple at that. And then you just see, you might be hearing messages right now, from maybe your favorite tarot reader or intuitive readers, psychics, and stuff like that, and like maybe there's somebody doing celebrity reads or whatever like that. But if you're watching your favorite readers or whatever, you're like, what's going on? That's not my energy. That whatever they talk sounds wild. They talking about one of their peoples, they tarot reader peoples, them intuitive messaging reading people who ain't been posting it, and they energy just happened to come out. They standing on business. They said, whoever, if any one of y'all, I'm not even trying to be funny. If any one of y'all readers is alright, here we go. Before I say what I said. So basically, because the question is, why would I have this information? Why would I know this information? Why am I telling y'all this information? I'm going to let you know why. There was a tarot reader, because this is previous. There was a tarot reader, intuitive message, whatever, who has not been fulfilling their duties online because they've been involved in affairs with Caucasian married people or a person. And this person does love reads. Whoever this reader is, they do love reads. And they read the love life of certain people and, was with their consent. So not that they're not doing the task they were doing so often because their obligation is now having, being for a Caucasian couple. Now, the people that they were reading into their lives without their consent is not reading their lives. So if you see any channel messages, any tarot messages, you're like, this don't resonate with me, that sound wild. It's that person. It's that person who was reading these certain people energy. And now that everyone else is picking up on theirs. They standing on business. Alright, y'all, that was wild. That was the Dreamcatcher message. I'ma talk to y'all. Sound 90